Coming up on 6:51, time for the morning sprint.
We start with a new development out of Louisville, where police are releasing the incident report from the night officer shot and killed Breonna Taylor. As the Courier-Journal reports, it's almost entirely blank. The 4-page report says Taylor had no injuries, even though police shot at her at least 8 times. The report also says officers did not use forced entry. However, officers used a battering ram to knock in Taylor's apartment door. The department acknowledged errors in the report, blaming the reporting program.
The U.S. Soccer Federation will no longer require athletes to stand during the national anthem before games. The group created the policy in 2017 after U.S. women's national team star Megan Rapinoe kneeled in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick. ESPN reports the Federation reconsidered the policy in the wake of George Floyd's death.
Adidas says it will invest $120 million in black communities over the next 4 years. The company said in a series of tweets that it's time to own up to our silence. Adidas offered up a list of other promises as well. The North American branch will fill 30% of its current job openings with black or Hispanic applicants, and it plans to fund 50 education scholarships every year for black students.
A gym in Wauwatosa is apologizing after promoting an I Can't Breathe workout. I can't breathe. Of course, some of those last words from George Floyd, his former officer, Derek Chauvin, kneeled on his neck. A photo of the sign went viral here. Anytime Fitness has recognized how offensive their words and actions have been, and that they are sorry for their insensitive move.
It was just such a strong disconnect with the Y brand and everything that we represented.
The YMCA of Dane County is dropping its affiliation with Crossfit. It comes after the organization's former CEO, Greg Glassman, tweeted several controversial comments about George Floyd's death, which also led to his resignation. YMCA officials say they will not partner with organizations or people that divide others with their words or actions.
Breaking overnight, the U.S. now has more than 2 million confirmed coronavirus cases. Wisconsin makes up about 21,000 of those. Data here from the DHS shows new positive tests increased about 1% yesterday, but we have stayed below 3% for nearly a week. So far, 69% of patients have recovered.
A new projection from Harvard's Global Health Institute estimates there could be 100,000 more coronavirus deaths in the U.S. by September. Johnson & Johnson is expected to start randomized human vaccine trials next month. Until then, health officials want you to stay cautious and follow guidelines in public spaces.
15 million Americans are expected to remain unemployed through the rest of the year. In its latest statement, the Federal Reserve predicts the jobless rate will drop from 13% to 9% this year. That would bring us to the peak unemployment rate during the Great Recession. Just under 6 million Americans were unemployed before the recession. That number reached as high as 23 million in April.
Researchers say banks, dental practices, and big stores like Walmart are some of the businesses that should reopen earliest and have fewer restrictions. Cafes, gyms, bookstores, and liquor stores should be closed longer. That's according to new research from MIT. They did a cost-benefit analysis of 26 different types of businesses, looking at the trade-off between someone's risk and the business's importance to the economy.
Breaking overnight, the Trump administration is introducing a new immigration rule that would make it harder for migrants to claim asylum. The 161-page regulation would take a closer look at migrants if they went through another country before coming to the U.S. and why they didn't seek refuge there. It needs to be put through a public comment period before that rule can take effect.
President Trump's campaign is defending the decision to host a rally on Juneteenth in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's according to Business Insider. It'll be his first campaign rally since the start of coronavirus. Juneteenth falls on June 19th. It's a holiday to celebrate the end of slavery. Tulsa is where the Tulsa Race Massacre happened 99 years ago. It's where an estimated 10,000 white people killed at least 300 black people.
Breaking overnight, a proposal preventing election officials from mailing absentee ballot request forms to voters unsolicited is now headed to the Iowa House. Only Senate Republicans voted in favor of that amendment. For the state's June 2nd primary, the governor sent an absentee ballot request form to every registered Iowa voter. According to the Iowa Gazette, of the 530,000 votes cast, 420,000 of them were absentee ballots.
A plan to send absentee ballot request forms to most registered voters in Wisconsin is one step closer to happening. The Elections Commission met overnight to talk about the initial draft of a mailing. It would be sent to 2.7 million registered voters. All 6 members voted to send the mailing in a previous meeting, but some of the more conservative commissioners are now expressing concern about the language. The commission will meet again next week for final approval.
Just about 6:56 and a final look at your traffic on this Thursday morning. Things looking so far so good out there as you head out right now. A look at Madison right now, just a couple of delays popping up near Park Street and downtown, and also the usual delays near Stoughton Road on the Beltline. Take you around 4 minutes from the interstate to John Nolan Drive, heading into downtown. Looks like just a few slowdowns as you're actually coming out of downtown this morning. That's your first warn traffic.
And your first warn weather starts with a look at the pool this morning. The Henry Valley Zoo Skycam showing the polar bear getting in some laps early today. If you are headed to the pool, it's going to be a little cooler, but lots of sunshine is in the forecast. Weather track showing you clear skies early this morning. Temperatures will climb to highs in the middle 70s this afternoon. A little breezy, though, that west wind up to 20 miles per hour through the afternoon. The weekend forecast looking great, dry weather and cool temperatures.
Thanks, Hattie. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.